Good afternoon, YouTube. Came out here to the farm again today because we got some more work we're going to be doing out here, or I'm going to be doing anyways. So, last week we were out in the hayfield, baling hay and all that good stuff, and so, got 105 rolls off all the 60, 70 acres back here, so that's a pretty good number. So now I'm going to go around and start cleaning up around the edges of the field, mostly over toward the back pasture over there, because it's the one that usually needs it each time we do this. And so, going to do a little bush hogging up around the edges of it and all that good stuff, and nothing big, but there's a couple places up there where I'm going to be trying to bush hog at. That there's like some pieces of like some dead trees or really big limbs, stuff like that, and some small brush that's kind of over on the edge of the field, in my way. So of course, granted, I could fire up the Kubota over here and go up there with the bucket and all that stuff and try to push it out of the way before I take the other tractor and bush hog up there. But I decided we're going to have a little bit of fun. Today we're going to fire up the old Ford over there, and we're going to use it, or I'm going to use it, to go up there and push out the little hedge bush and the pieces of trees, stuff like that, and everything. So, got a blade for it that I'm going to have to get put on and everything, but that's no big deal. So, I'm going to have to fire it up and get the blade right there, put on it and everything, which that shouldn't be too hard to do. Because really, we don't use this tractor a whole lot anymore. I mean, basically just a couple times a year out in the hayfield, and that's really about it. Most of the time, it just basically sits here, and a lot of times the battery's always dead on it because it's always either the Kubota gets used or the little International back there. So the Ford needs some love and attention. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up and see if we can get this blade hooked up to it. Which it's not that hard, really. I mean, I've only done it a couple times and everything, which I'm gonna have to fire it up, back it up, and probably hook the hydraulic hoses up to it so I can raise it up a little bit and get that pin put in right there. But nothing hard. So let's go ahead and get this big beast fired up. Okay, so I got the blade on, finally. Took me a couple tries or a little bit of maneuvering around just right to get everything lined up just right, but it's finally on. Got everything bolted down everywhere. And so now let's go up there at the back and do a little bit of clearing and get ready to take the International up there and do a little bit of bush hogging. Here we go. Okay, so I've made my way back up the hill again, and I'm back in the small pasture that I was cutting and fluffing in the other day that I showed y'all. And so right here in front of me, there's this little clump of, I think it's maple trees. I could be wrong. I'm not really sure what Yeah, I think that's maple trees. I don't know. I'm probably wrong, or I could be wrong, but not 100% sure. But years ago, I'll give you a little backstory real quick. Years ago, we had a big old windstorm come through up here, in this area anyway. And up here on top of this hill, or in this little pasture, it wasn't really too bad of a mess. Mostly the road back behind me, of course you can't really see it, but the road back behind me right there, well, all this used to be really open right here behind me. But then a lot of the big pine trees that were lined up right here used to be right there. They all got blown down because it was in April one year, about the 1st of April or something like that. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been a small tornado actually came through. And so a lot of the bigger trees on the outside of this pasture got knocked down a lot through here, and it took us forever to get them cleaned up. And so right here in front of me, so you can see where the grass line kind of curves out around in front of this little clump of trees. Well, there used to be a pasture land up until the woods back behind it right there. And I know it don't look like much right here, but it's always bothered me because basically we had part of a tree fall down right here, and then we never actually got around to finish cleaning up right here in this little spot. And so when we came to cut it for hay later that summer, we just basically just cut right around the tree, and then as you can see, it just kind of grew up in this little patch in front of me right here. So I decided, since I got the blade up here, I'm going to see if I can't just take out these little trees, because as you can see, it's just a big old mess right there, and you probably can't see it, but I can. But basically right there in front of me, you can still see parts of that old tree where it finally fell over and died all the way. So it's no big deal, but it's bothering me, and so I think I'm just going to see if I can't try to take out some of these trees right here. So let me see what I can do here. Oh yeah, it's going to take out all these little trees, no problem. So I'm going to see if I can attempt to get this on video for you right here. I can't really promise you how good it's going to be, but I'm going to do the best I can right here. Let's get a straight shot. It's going to go right on into it. Let's see, I'm going to try to, can't really do this. Alright, there we go. Let's see what we can do here. This old Ford. You can't beat this old Ford, I'll tell you what. That's okay. No big deal. We won't know it coming like that. I love this old Ford. In case y'all didn't know, this tractor right here is my favorite tractor out of all three.
Okay, so y'all get the idea. Alright, I'm going to finish cleaning this up a little bit, and then might get around and do some bush hogging, I don't know. But I would video more, but it's kind of hard to video and drive and work this down here and try to steer it, watch what I'm doing all at one time, so you get the idea though. Okay, so there's the finished product of where I've cleaned all that out right there. So I went through and I tried to grade it out as smooth as I could, but you can see there's still a little hump right there, but that's no big deal. I think there were some roots from that pine tree right there. So, but yeah, I tried to blend it with the ground as even as I could, and so I also went and just did a little bit back up in that way, but it was just clearing out just some other hedge bush and wasn't anything to it. It was some stuff that we did a while back anyway, and it just grown back up, and so all I did was just take the blade and just a couple swipes through it like that, and I was done. I mean, wasn't anything big. So now I'm thinking I may come back another day later and get the big batwing bush hog, and I'll probably run through and knock down all those just a little bit of undergrowth and some old blackberry vines, a little bit of pine trees trying to grow up, and just run it up underneath the edges of all these trees around through there, and basically just follow along the tree line right there. Just run the outer edge of the mower deck up underneath it right there, so that's no big deal. So, but yeah, I mean, this whole Ford, man, she pushes that stuff like she don't even know it's in front of her. I mean, you know, 100 horsepower tractor, only 2-wheel drive, naturally aspirated, you know, not turbocharged or anything, so it's got just a little bit of power, you know. So I believe I'm gonna head back down, probably go get the other tractor and start doing a little bit of other cleanup work with the small bush hog now. So let's fire the old Ford back up right here and see if we can go get some bush hogging done now. Oh yeah, roll that coal, baby. Oh yeah. I love this old tractor so much.
Alright, so it's been a couple days now, but I've got all the bush hogging done and all the clearing work I wanted to get done, and so now I'm just going to go ahead and end the video on this note because you know, I didn't really get any footage of the bush hogging, but it's kind of hard to really try to drive the tractor and then work the bush hog up and down at the same time, and just a bunch of mess, you know, and it's too hard to try to do all that. So that's about it for now. So like I always say, if you like this video, don't forget you can comment, rate, and subscribe for more. And also don't forget to follow me right here on Instagram, and I will see you guys on my next adventure, because goodness knows wherever it's going to be.